continuation of showing how to build walls. So the first thing you do is you open up your actions panel, open up architecture, so that's what's the building skill, and I'm replacing my walls with what's called a Pioneer tri-post. This tells me the tools I need and the materials I need. Alright, so I'm going to open up my inventory. I see I need a chisel and a hammer, and I have a chisel and a hammer. Now notice this is a Pioneer tri-post. Right here I've got a forger's chisel and a forger's mallet. There is actually a Pioneer chisel and a Pioneer mallet. And generally you want to use the same type of tool as the project you're building, but in this case it's sort of irrelevant for what I'm doing. So what you do is I'm going to run out here and find a tree. You notice I have logged some of the trees I've already earlier today. Make sure that you have an axe in your right hand and chop down the tree. Now these trees have not reached full maturity yet, so I will not get the maximum yield, the maximum number of logs from them. But they will suffice for my purposes. I'm going to need large logs. Alright. Now these logs are heavy, as you can imagine, but for now I'm just going to pick up one because the sequence is the same for everything. You know, you just keep doing it however many times you need to get this post. For the purpose of this video I'm just going to do it one time. Now I've got a log and I need a post, so we open up Woodcraft, find the long wood post, which is what this says you need, long wood post. See, I need a saw and a craft knife, and here I have a saw and a craft knife, and in this case it is actually a Pioneer's craft knife just because that's what I picked out of the tool bin. Then add the log and craft. And this gives us the long wood post. Now all these schemes, you can start a project anywhere. And it gives what is called a ghost, an outline of the project you're building. So there's my ghost outline. Then you right click it, open up move, and you can move the project wherever you need it to be. And this little slider down here changes the length that you can move it. This moves 1 meter per click, and this moves 1/10 of a meter per click. So I move it to the edge of the tribal area and right up against the existing wall that I'm adding to. Alright, and what you would do is you would just keep adding here, but I also want to make sure the land is even, because it looks to me like this here is a little higher than what we have right here. So what I do is open up the terraforming. At the top of your terraforming screen it gives you your location, your coordinates, and it tells you the height of the land. So what I want to do is stand right next to where I'm building on my tribal land, and my height is 502.40, and I just walk back towards where I will be building and see if it rises any. It looks like it's going to rise right about here. There, and there it goes. See, this area is a little higher. So what I'm going to do is level it down. You have various options here: clear terrain, build roads, raise the terrain and make a pile, lower the terrain and make a hole, level the terrain, level the terrain up, which would mean where I'm standing would be level with the higher portion, and level the terrain down, which I'm going to do right now because I want it to be 50240. So let's put a shovel in our hand and level the terrain down. And you see the character physically fell, and now this area is 50240, which is where I want it to be. Now let's just continue leveling if needed. Yep, we need some more here. The land needs to be level in order to build on it properly. So we're just going to continue leveling this out. You have to be on your tribal lands to be able to terraform. Once again, you see the character, the ground he's standing on, level itself. And any place we see it's higher than 502.40, we just hit the leveling button. Let it level itself out. Now while you're doing this, you also wind up with dirt. And dirt is useful because there's some areas you're not going to want to lower, you're going to want to fill in to raise it. In this particular area I've already done all that, so the dirt right now I don't need. And you notice this did not level down, and that's because these posts are in the way. So what I would have done is right click these already built posts and select dismantle. And it asks you, are you certain? And in some cases you get material back when you dismantle a project, but in this case there was only one post to start with, so we're not going to get any back. It goes back into a ghost form, which allows you to move it, do whatever you want to with it again as far as left, right. Also there's a up, these arrows on the extreme top, you can raise it up if need be, and the arrow on the extreme bottom you can raise it down. Right now I've got snap below, so when I automatically create the project, it automatically levels itself to the ground that's under it. But in this case we want to go ahead and cancel the project and delete it. Now we've leveled some ground here. We've put our ghost down for the new type. You notice there, this here is a Bamati mid post. That's not sure that's how you pronounce it. That's where I'm going with. And this is a Pioneer tri-post. So that's what we're doing the replacement build with. Now that we've got our ghost and the land is leveled, we're going to open it up. See that we need a chisel and a hammer, which we've got here, and one long post, which we've got here. Then build the project. And that completes that build. And you just keep doing that. You see that when I started the video originally, I was starting in this corner back here. And you can see I've already completed all the way around to right here. I was able to purchase the design, or the scheme if you will, from another player, and that's what has allowed me to continue building this. And in the meantime, if you saw my last video, you saw that we've had one new person join the tribe, and we've had yet again another person join the tribe who wants to be a farmer. And this is the things he's planted. This is his test crops. Since it's the first time he's ever used the farming skill in the game, he's 2 days old, 3 days old, something like that. He's planted all these things just as a test to see how they grow. Rice grass, onions, strawberries, carrots, and potatoes. He's doing a really good job. You can see that this is the amount of sunshine the item gets. This is the amount of water. This is the amount of pests, amount of weeds, or vice versa, amount of weeds and amount of pests, and the amount of fertilizer, and the how far along in its growth cycle it is, the purple bar. You can see it's 80% along, so it's almost completely grown. It's telling you 25 days left until you harvest. So he's been checking that every day. I'm not sure these were here. We've built a couple more storage tents because we have more people, and also both of them have gotten forage carts. So we now have 3 forage carts when we go out and pick up things. At any rate, that is how you build particular things. That was an easy build, so I'll stop the video for now.